Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again. Real Kids TV in the house like it sinks. Now, before we get into this afternoon's video, if you will, understand that I'm the self-proclaimed Mr. 30 Minutes or Better. Meaning that anytime I drop you a story, it's guaranteed to be 30 minutes or better. So if you're on your way to work, you don't feel like being there, as we so often don't. You're on your way home from work, you need to laugh, you need to cry. Perhaps you're trying to lay down and take a nap. Or you're trying to go to sleep at night, depending on whatever time you're listening to or viewing this video. Or you're just in the mood for a good old-fashioned true, keyword being true, penitentiary / life experience / life story. This is the channel for you. You prefer your 8 to 12 to 15-minute videos? Absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But at Real Kids TV, it's 30 minutes or better. So with all that being said, with all that being wrapped up into one big old nut, nutshell that is, pause. There is a message. Y'all jump in the comment section. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I'm in Lexington, Kentucky. Let me know your city, your state, your hood, your set, whatever you may be representing. Let it be known in the comment section. This whole ordeal with Shannon Sharpe. If you're not familiar with what's going on, Shannon Sharpe is a analyst on ESPN, former co-host of First Take with Skip Bayless on Fox Sports. Him and Skip Bayless had a couple conflicts or what have you, and he ended up leaving Fox Sports to go over with Stephen A. Smith over at ESPN. Started his podcast prior to that, Club Shay Shay. Then at night with Ocho Cinco, former Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver. Ocho Cinco, a.k.a. Chad Johnson. They have another successful podcast. Like I said, it's called The Nightcap. Shannon Sharpe is really doing well as far as financially in life. He's getting that ESPN money owned by Disney. He's getting a nice bag over there. He's making millions. He's making millions off of his Club Shay Shay podcast. So much to where he just recently inked a $100 million deal for his podcast. Not sure the intricacies or the ins and outs of the situation. Not really trying to talk about another individual's pockets. It's all public record and it is what it is. You ink a $100 million deal, you're doing fairly well. Somebody really wants you and believes in you. Club Shay Shay, he's fought all type of rumors. Being zesty, wearing tight sweatpants. People, accused him of being zesty. Broke the internet with the interview that he did with y'all jump in the comment section and let me know the comedian. I can't even remember his name, but they broke the internet with the interview that they did. I'm talking about Club Shay Shay made millions and millions and millions of dollars. Said that he made more money on that interview than he made in his whole NFL career. You got to understand that Shannon Sharpe played in the NFL in the the 90s. Well, yeah, they was making money early 2000s, but not the type of money that they're making now. Cat Williams, that's the interview that he did. There's never been a interview that had those type of numbers. Over 100 million views. Made a whole lot of money. He's already known in Hollywood. He's already known as, he's a Hall of Famer. He has money. He's a good guy, a pillar in the community, good father and things of that nature. And people see that. People recognize that. 2022, allegedly, he meets this young lady. Now, keep in mind, Shannon Sharpe he's in his 50s, late 50s. May even be 60 at this point. I'm not sure exactly how old he is, but I know he's in his late 50s. He meets a 20-year-old. And they get to kicking it and doing whatever they do. Next thing you know, they're sexually active. Quite sure that it didn't take long. Let's just say at the time, Shannon Sharpe was 55, let's just say. And she's 20. Guys, fellas, how you going to feel about a 55-year-old with your 20-year-old daughter? I'm quite sure that some guys would turn their heads because it's Shannon Sharpe. This guy's a multi-millionaire. It's not like they were in some sort of relationship. So I guess on the flip side, or when you really, really break it down, a lot of people probably weren't aware of the scenario, of the situation. Because I'm quite sure that it was just a, I want to see you, or I see you when I see you type of ordeal. Never went public with it. It's not like they were on social media, posting pictures and things of that nature. Whatever the case may be, the relationship continued 2024 or 23, 24, 25. Not sure exactly what happened, but I'm imagining, and what I'm hearing is the relationship's sour. Shannon Sharpe cuts off. All the exclusive trips that they were going on, no more. All the, the bags, the purses. I'm sure he bought her a vehicle. I need some money, Daddy. She loved to call him Daddy. All of these perks of being with a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, cut off. Somebody gave it a game, though. It's not like she was oblivious to the fact that she was dating a millionaire or seeing a millionaire. Somebody gave it a game. So she began to record these phone calls. She began to keep receipts. She's knowing that her time is probably limited. They evidently like to do a whole lot of role playing, choking. She liked to choke him, he liked to choke her, what have you. So she has him on recording. When I see that ass, I'm gonna choke you to death. Well, it sounds so, when you hear something like that, whoa, big black ex-NFL player, little small petite white woman. He said he's gonna choke her to death. Not even understanding that this is how they played. That's the roles that they played, the games that they played. I'm not gonna lie, she kept her proper receipts. I'm gonna rewind all the way back to when I was a teenager. I was a young dude, man, young G, 13, 14 years old. I'm not even gonna lie to you all, YouTube. My mom didn't like me dating white women. Just keep it all the way real. She would say, son, it's not that I'm racist. I just think that, and you have to keep in mind that this was back in the 90s. It wasn't nearly as common as it is now. Me personally, I've always felt you date whoever makes you happy. I still feel that way. But guess what? Some of you weirdos, not calling you all weirdos, but the ones that say this, they're the weirdos. Kids, I'm unsubscribing to you, man. I thought you was real, man. You're racist. You're prejudiced. No. You got to understand, my mom was old school. Was born in the 50s. That was her sentiment. That was her train of thought back then. I never agreed with it. Even now. You got people that say, man, don't date outside your race, man. I'm not prejudiced, but I wouldn't approve of my daughter dating outside of a race. You know what? My daughter, and I have a daughter. 26, a grown daughter, 26. I don't care if you date a white dude. I don't care if you date a black dude. Whoever makes you happy, man, is going to treat you well, who's going to treat you right. That's my take on it. So before you're so quick to say, hey, Ken said, man, he's racist, man. Understand that. Date who you want to date. Understand that. My mom felt this way. And this young lady, her name was Jody. Real name. I'm going to use her real name. Her name was Jody. Like I said, we 13, 14 years old. We don't have no business dating anyway, but we're kids. We're starting to explore. We're starting to, we like the opposite sex. My mom knew that Jody's father, which was a black man, Jody's mother was white. As I mentioned, Jody was mixed. They had been together for a lot of years. Apparently, Jody's father got caught up in, cheating and doing some things that he wasn't supposed to do outside of the marriage. And when he attempted to leave the relationship, because she forgave him, Jody's mother forgave him, but it never was the same, and he tried to leave because he wasn't happy, she accused the man of the R word, graping her. It's a white woman, big black guy. Accused him of raping her. He gets arrested, goes to court, goes to trial, gets convicted, 15 years in prison. This was his wife. My mom knew that information. Why did she know that information? Because we lived in assisted, government housing at the time. Subsidized housing. I ain't come up with no dad. I didn't come up with no silver spoon. I didn't come up with money. I never even had cable until I was an adult. So the word kind of travels. So all the while, people may not have known it specifically what happened. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And people knew that it was something that had taken place. Y'all rock with me. I don't got my water with me today. I got a little bit of water, but we ain't got me some food and they forgot to give me my water. But we gonna make it do what it do and keep the main thing, man. So that was one of the reasons that my mother, but ultimately I believe my mother just didn't believe in couples dating outside of their race, ultimately. And I say that in the most respectful manner. She didn't like the fact that I was dating Jody. She would often tell me, son, as soon as she gets mad at you, she's gonna scream the R word. Grape. She's gonna scream the R word. Black kid, we don't got no money for no attorneys or nothing like that. And you're gonna find yourself at Cisco Road. Cisco Road is a juvenile jail. 18 under 18 rather, you're going to Cisco Road. Obviously, if you're over 18, you're going to Clark Street. Back then, it was called Clark Street, man. You're going to the big house. The big jail. Jody and I, we would sneak and see each other. Never were sexually active. Never. Not one time. Not once. Yeah, we did our little thing. We kissed and we, y'all remember clothes burning? That's what they call it here. You rubbing up against her, she's rubbing up against you, but y'all got your clothes on, but you're feeling so unnecessary. You're feeling so immaculate. You're feeling so amazing. But everybody, all parties have their clothes on. Jody and I get into it one day, and nothing physical, nothing verbal as far as, when I say verbal, there was no, cussing nobody out or anything like that. We just kind of called it quits. I think Jody found out I liked somebody else or whatever from the pressure of my mom, and then other females were starting to like me at the time, and I didn't realize that I was liked like that by the young ladies. I kind of got beside myself a little bit. Jody goes home. She's visibly upset. She's crying to her mother. We're in the house one day. They live at the bottom of the building. We live in the same building. We're on the top floor. They on the bottom floor. It's 3 floors. Somebody knocking on the door. Not really banging, but kind of knocking a little harder than, what one should be knocking. It's her mother. She got Jody with her. Her mother screaming and hollering at my mother. I'm in the room. I come to the door. My mom calls me. Kens, get up here now. Your son did this to my daughter, and I'm going to go file charges. He raped her. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm looking, and all the things that my mom said was just coming to fruition, coming to light in my mind. It's not to say about all women. Make that perfectly understood. I'm not saying all women. I'm not saying that. But it was just that, you know how when your parents tell you something and you're about to do something or you're thinking about doing it and you hear their voice and the thoughts in your mind and in your head? I started to hear those thoughts, although I was right there in front of my mother. And I'm going to go downtown. I'm going to press charges. Your son's going to jail. Your son hurt my daughter. My mom was so upset when they left, was crying. She called my dad. My dad never bothered in my life when I was younger. She called him up. I'm on the phone talking to him. I don't even think he came over like he was supposed to, as he so often didn't. I tell my mom, I said, Mom, other than kissed, I never touched her. We've never done that. You got to promise me, you got to let me know, because these people are trying to throw you in jail. Like I said, I'm 13, 14 years old. Mom, we never did anything. Never. But yet her mother's trying to say that I raped her. Nothing came of the situation. Jody and I just didn't speak. Rode the same bus, same building, whatever. We spoke. We never spoke. It's an individual that lived in our apartment complex. There's a lot of kids in the area. Big black dude, Charles, Big Charles. Like I said, I'm about 13, 14. Big Charles he's got to be a senior, maybe a junior in high school. So he's probably about 17. He's a few years older than me. Looked up to Big Charles. Big Charles is a big black nigga, man. When I say he's taller than 5'11", he's probably about 6'1". He's got to be weighing in about 225. Muscles everywhere, man. Every college in America was I'm not going to literally say every college in America, but a lot of colleges was recruiting. He played running back, and on defense, I think he was like a linebacker or something. He's way bigger than everybody else. He was stick with it. Pause, double pause, triple pause. This dude was just a monster. Dark-skinned dude, like I said, 6'1", 225, 230, cut to death, chiseled, big legs. He was blessed, man. He was blessed. Now, when I say he was blessed, meaning that, his parents, he has great genes. Had like a little box or whatever. Man, we in the 90s, mind you, so, it was the style back then. Started a football team. A lot of D1 colleges wanted him, man. He gets to messing with Jody. First of all, he's a few years older than Jody, so I think he was 17 at the time. Jody may have been 14, 15, so he wasn't 18, but he's right there at that threshold. He's messing with Jody. I tell him, I say, bro, imagine me trying to tell this dude that's a major star, hey, bro, I'm telling you, man, watch yourself. She tried to accuse me of her mother tried to accuse me of raping her, and she was gonna go to the police, and her and I never even did anything. I was a virgin, man. I was a virgin until I was 16, 17 years old. Oh man, I got this, little bro, don't even worry about it. They get to kicking it, going together, things get serious. Senior year, Charles has a great senior year or whatever. He got more colleges getting at him. Same situation happens. They get into it. They break up. Mother goes over to the house, complaining, crying. Your son did this to my daughter. Now, like myself, they had been active, sexually active. So much so to where Jody's mother actually went downtown and filed charges. And I never will forget. We was in school one day. It was one morning. Police came in, the detectives, they came in with jackets. About 4 or 5 of them. Put Big Charles in handcuffs and walked him out. Took him to the police station, to the jail rather, and charged him with raping of this young lady. We in Kentucky. We don't have no bail bonds. We don't have no automatic 10% bond. So if your bond is $25,000, it's $25,000. Unless the judge says, you know what, I'm feeling good today, I'm gonna reduce your bond to $2,500. I'm a 10%. I'm gonna let you go on your own recognizance, which means you sign yourself out. But on a serious charge like that, what's happening? You got to understand, we live in subsidized housing. My mom's in school. She's trying to work her way out. But at that particular moment, she had gotten a divorce from my dad because they got married right out of high school. But at this particular stage in life, we in subsidized housing, man. He didn't have no money for no lawyers. He didn't have no money for no bond, but he's a big football star. So an anonymous person bonded him out, got him an attorney, made sure that he was, good. Court process takes a while. It's not like you just clear it up in a day or two, a month or two. All the big schools was backing up off Charles, rescinding their scholarship offers. Nobody wanted him at this point. They wanted him, but the charges that he had, it was too much. He ends up going to trial with it. He beats the case at trial. Outright beats it, not guilty. But guess what? At that point, it had been 2 years. He already had a bad reputation as far as, you know, the criminal charges. So even when you beat a charge, it's still on your record that you was charged with that. And people have already formed a public opinion. They've already convicted you in their minds. Big Charles never ended up going to school, man. Never was able to fulfill his dreams. Not to say that he couldn't have. I think that he probably should have went to a junior college or went somewhere small and just built from there. But whatever the case may have been, he never went to school. Luckily for him, he was able to get on at UPS. And to this day, Big Charles works at UPS. Been there over 30 years. So this is just one of the situations that ended up, I'm not going to necessarily say working out for him, because who knows, he potentially could have made it to the NFL. It was his goal, his dreams. UPS is cool, but that was never his desire and his dreams coming up. He wanted a shot at the league. He wanted to play Division I football. Never played football again. Why? Because this girl, and I'm not even necessarily blaming Jody, it's her mother. She was bitter. She loved black men. She loved black men, rather. But whenever it didn't work out, the black man was always blamed. I don't want to hear no, come on, Kens, with the race shit. Come on, man. It is what it is, man. See, the problem is people get mad when you state your opinion. And in this particular situation, this is facts. An opinion would be all white women or all this color, you know, type of women or whatever. No, I'm stating facts as far as what I personally endeavored. Not saying everybody's like that. Again, I'm not saying everybody's like that. But you find that people get upset when you form your opinion. Just like the situation with the young black kid, Carmelo Anthony, that unalived Austin, what is the kid's name? Stabbed him in the chest. Austin Metcalf, at a track meet. All I did was give my opinion. And people have a problem because when you have an opinion that's different from theirs, guess what? I'm unfollowing you, Kens. I thought you was cool. And you gotta do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna speak my piece. It's like with the P. Diddy situation. I give my opinion on that. I've always said from day one, I believe P. Diddy's gonna beat this. How could you say that, Kens? Oh, I'm unfollowing you. I'm not gonna be your subscriber anymore. How could you say that? Because it's my opinion. It's what I feel. I've been in the legal system before. I know how they operate. I know how they just make up shit. I know how they overcharge you. I know how they just pile charges on. Not to say P. Diddy's innocent. Not to say that, you know, what he did to that young lady, Cassie, was horrific. And he deserves to sit down and do some time. I just simply said I don't believe the man was sex trafficking and forcing people to be at them Diddy parties. And so I don't think he deserves a life sentence. And I lost so many subscribers, but guess what? I'm going to continue to speak my piece, and I'm going to speak my piece, if you will, about this situation. All of that correlates into Shannon Sharpe. First of all, Shannon Sharpe, you're in your mid-50s. Why are you messing with a 21, 22-year-old? That's how old she is now. At the time you met her, she was like 20. Why are you messing with this young lady? She's too young for you. I understand. Now, she's legal, so what can one say? She's over 18. But morally, is that right? Shannon Sharpe, if your daughter was 20 and was messing with a 55-year-old, how would you feel about that? Let's just say he didn't have no money. Let's just say he didn't have any stature or name that you have. But he treated her well. He treated her right. He's 55 years old. How would you feel about that? Ultimately, you can't do anything about it, but you can have an opinion about it. You can, you know, state your opinion. How would you feel? Too old to be messing with somebody of that age. You have to know that you are who you are. Got too comfortable. She recorded you on the phone. And now Shannon Sharpe is coming with his receipts. When I say his receipts, Shannon Sharpe's coming with his text messages and all the things that they exchanged as far as messages and conversations and the freaky talk. They was on some freakiness. You know, allegedly she was the one that he accidentally hit the record button and they went live on Instagram. Allegedly, she's the one. I don't know. Everybody was calling Shannon Sharpe zesty, so he had to prove he wasn't zesty. So he recorded accidentally, allegedly, in a sex act with a young lady, and it went live on Instagram. Had to show the people, man, I love women, man. I'm not zesty. Shout out to all the, zesty people. You zesty, shout out to you, man. But you got to be smarter than this, Shannon Sharpe. You're a millionaire, multi-millionaire, Hall of Famer. You're on Disney, or you're on ESPN, owned by Disney. You got Club Shay Shay. You got all type of sponsorships. You got all type of endorsements. You got all type of money's just coming in, just all different directions. Now she's suing you for $50 million. She wants $50 million. No criminal charges was filed. Pretty typical. Bill Cosby, P. Diddy, Shannon Sharpe. I can go on and on and on. Initially, no criminal charges are filed. You just want money. You want that bag. $50 million? This is all a plot. This was all a ploy from get-go. And you didn't see that? So easy to see. It's okay to have situations and relationships or situationships or whatever you may call it when you're not exclusively with an individual. It's okay. You single, you're not married. But you have to be mindful. And the things that you're doing, and you're getting caught up on video and recordings, and you're way, way too trustworthy. So now when you saying, yeah, when I see you, I'm going to choke the shit out of you. There was no hi, kiki. You said that in a pretty serious tone. Now, I know what you were saying. A lot of people understand what you were saying. That was just part of how you all converse with each other. Okay, daddy. She's saying stuff like, yeah, you put one of them big black babies in me. Her lingo, you have to listen to all that. Put a big black baby in me. Who talks like that? Who says that? A big black baby? Same thing happened to Ezekiel Elliott, former running back of the Dallas Cowboys. White lady. They was kicking it together for some years. As soon as he tried to break up and leave her, he gets to the league and he tries to leave her, guess what? He sexually assaulted me. He did this to me. He did that to me. See, the public is going to buy into it. 9 times out of 10, what happens? I need $30 million. I need $30 million. He inappropriately touched me. Dude don't want to go through all of that. Public shame, humiliation. You're going to pay $2-3 million in lawyer fees. Here, man, give her $300,000, man. Make it go away. Kobe Bryant. Now, he paid more than that to make it go away, but give her $300,000-$400,000, man. Make his situation go away. It's awfully crazy because when Peyton Manning went through this, it was real hush-hush. Yeah, it got out in the media, but it went away fast. Yeah, Peyton Manning, former quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, Denver Broncos, Hall of Famer. Yeah, when that SA charges or allegations came out on him, it went away fast, man. We got to be smarter than what we are. Understand that we human beings. Just because you're rich, just because you're on TV, just because you're successful, don't mean that you're always necessarily going to make the best of choices and decisions. But you have to be mindful that there's cameras everywhere. This is why I tell the youth. This is what I tell everybody. Anytime you're thinking about doing something that's illegal, if it's not illegal, understand that there's cameras everywhere. I like to basically say that we live in a world, it's a fishbowl. And there's always somebody watching. There's always somebody that's capable and able to see exactly what you're doing. Even when you don't see any cameras. And even when you don't see any, there's always somebody watching you. Got to be mindful of that. Shannon Sharpe, the people don't let you slide a couple different situations have occurred at ESPN. I don't know if they're gonna let this slide. Hopefully they do, because this is an obvious situation in which she's trying to soft press you. She's trying to extort money from you. Well, you wasn't there, Kens. You don't know. I do know, because the text messages that he released, she clearly was playing the game. Unfortunately, Shannon Sharpe, he just fell for the game. He's gonna pay something out. You're gonna end up having to give her something, because these type of things drag along, and next thing you know, your job's ready to suspend you because they don't want to be affiliated with anybody that's, accused of those sort of situations. What if? So you try to make this thing go away really fast. Yeah, you can try to fight it. P. Diddy tried to fight it. P. Diddy had to pay Cassie that money when she first asked for it, and got ahead of the situation. He probably wouldn't be where he's at now. But he was determined to show, nah, man, I'm gonna fight this. You're gonna spend $3-4 million with an attorney when you just give her $500,000 and here, go on somewhere, make her sign a contract. Because that's all she wants is money. This is a shakedown. She wants money, give her $500,000, man. You just signed a $100 million contract. A little $500,000 ain't nothing. Learn from his situation. Be better, do better. Stop messing with them young females. Not to say that it's all young females, because older women will do it just as well. Just be mindful of what you say, who you're around, who you deal with. Because it's always somebody that's out to get you. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And be sure to hit that post notification, so anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive. Real Kens TV.